Today we will be taking a look at how a typical new hire would go through the onboarding process. An onboarding process might include formal meetings, printed materials, or even computer-based orientations that will introduce newcomers to their new jobs and help them become successful. Our system will walk the new hire step by step through the onboarding process. That being said, let's take a look at a sample onboarding process. I'm logged in as our new hire Josh, and he can access all of his employee self-service functionalities from the My Account menu option. But today we're just going to focus on the onboarding process. In the announcements section, a global message will be displayed for all company employees. Checklists can also be configured here on the dashboard to list the items that a particular person is responsible to complete. The Quick Links section allows an employee to navigate through various areas of the system using the hyperlinks that are being displayed here. This is a convenient alternative to using the menu options located here at the top of the screen. You can also display hyperlinks in a widget here on the dashboard to direct employees to an external site. I have hyperlinks set up to online training courses that this company requires all employees to complete. Now I would like to bring your attention to the to-do list here on the dashboard. This checklist is completely configurable, so you can put your standard hiring process into the new hire checklist to help streamline the onboarding process. We can view the full checklist by clicking on the magnifying glass. As you can see, different items can be assigned to different users. Kathy was responsible for completing the first few items listed here on this checklist. So she was responsible for taking care of the offer letter, setting up his workstation, etc. Josh is only responsible for the items that are listed as waiting on Josh Bronson. We're simply going to address each one of these items by clicking on the different hyperlinks. First, you will notice that Josh is required to review his handbook, and you do have the ability to upload an unlimited number of documents within any given checklist for the employees to access. In this case, we've attached a copy of the handbook right here for easy access. Once he has reviewed the handbook, he can then sign off on his authorization form. A custom form has been created for the employee to authorize that they have reviewed their handbook, and it will prompt them to sign this form using their electronic signature. Then this will go through an approval process based on the workflow that you've defined. While you can upload an electronic copy of any of your paper forms, the I-9 and withholding forms are built standard within the system. These forms are just like the paper form, except that they will automatically be populated with the employee's information and can be electronically signed off on and submitted for approval by an employee. A new employee would also need to submit their direct deposit form. Once submitted, the direct deposit will go through an approval process and become effective based on the effective date that was defined here on this form. Now let's take a look at how the employee would be able to elect their benefits through the system. In this case, Josh is going to start the new hire open enrollment process. We are brought to the Instructions tab, which is completely configurable, and each tab across the top represent the different type of benefit plans being offered. For any of the benefits that we choose, we have the option to waive the coverage. Also, employees can review and compare plans and make a selection. If we wanted to dig into the plan in a little bit further detail, we can do so by clicking here on the magnifying glass. As you can see, this will allow the employee to review the copay amounts, the deductibles, and the out-of-pocket limits. You can also upload a copy of the plan documentation for the employee to access right here at their fingertips to help make a more informed decision. Now we can also compare multiple plans to get a nice side-by-side comparison. This will allow us to make a more informed decision on which plan we should move forward with. Lastly, we can make our selection, and the same process will apply for all of the other benefit plans that are being offered. Once an employee has selected all of the coverages that they like, they can then confirm their selections. On this screen, this is where they will be required to add any beneficiaries or dependent information if necessary before submitting the request for approval using their electronic signature. Once an employee completes their onboarding checklists, those forms need to be reviewed and approved. Let's take a look at how the manager would be able to oversee the onboarding process. First, I want to take a quick look at how a manager can keep tabs on the onboarding tasks. This report is a great tool to assist the manager with the new hire process. It will show the manager what items have been completed, what is still outstanding, and also who is responsible for each task. Now, notifications can be tied to the workflow so that once a to-do item is added to an employee's checklist, they will receive an email notification. In this case, Kathy is required to approve the items that were submitted from the new hire. Right from the to-do list, we can view all of the details around the request. We can take a look at the workflow involved, and we can also approve and reject the request. Once these items have been approved, the information will automatically be updated against the employee based on the effective date defined for each item. As you can see, the software will give you the tools to help you manage your new hires and streamline your onboarding process. Thank you for your time, and please contact us today for more information.